Firstly, I introduce myself. I am Mukta Bhamre, Assistant Professor from Botany Department, KTHM College, Nasik. Today, we are going to start with our botany paper second, that is plant physiology. According to new syllabus, framing for academic year 2020-21 on choice-based credit system pattern, that is a CBCS pattern. Name of the subject plant physiology, botany theory paper second. According to our new syllabus, it includes the two credits, credit number first and credit number second. Credit number first, it includes introduction to plant physiology, chapter first. Second, absorption of water, chapter third. Ascent of sap, chapter fourth. Transpiration. All these four chapters are included in credit number first. It's having a 15 lecture weightage. Then credit number second, chapter number 5th, nitrogen metabolism. Chapter number 6, seed dormancy and germination. Chapter number 7, physiology of flowering. And credit number second, it's also having a 15 lecture weightage. Now we move towards our credit number first, chapter number first, introduction to plant physiology. Literal definition of plant physiology. The word plant physiology is derived from the Greek word physis, means nature, and logos means word. Thus, it is the study of discourse on the nature of plants. Plant physiology is the study of the functions and processes occurring in the plant. In plant life, there is various functions played by plants. Then the vital process occurring in a plants and how plants work. All these are included in a plant physiology. In essence, plant physiology is a study of the plant way of life, which includes various aspects of the plant lifestyle and survival, including metabolism, water relations, minerals, nutrition, development, movement, irritability, that means response to environmental factors, organization, growth, and transport processes. See in this diagram showing the various physiological functions of plant. See, including the basic, the photosynthesis. All of you know the plants, it's absorb the light energy with the help of chlorophyll pigment, and this light energy, it is converted into the chemical energy in the form of carbohydrates, and it is a food for all living organism. Then in a leaf, there is a specialized organs are present on the upper and lower epidermis, that is a stomata, and that stomata, it is a helps for gases exchange, and that process, it is also called as a transpiration. Transpiration, it is a nothing but the exchange of gases through the aerial plant parts like as a leaf, stem. That means there is a gases exchange takes place. Then stem, it is also performing the various physiological function the transport and storage of nutrients and water, and it's also providing the support. So the transport, see there is a within the end, within the leaves there is a carbohydrates are prepared through the process photosynthesis, and that food it is providing to the all over the body part through the transportation, or it is also called as translocation of the food. It is from the source point to the shrink point. Source points, that means from leaves to shrink point, that means those areas of the plant, that area they do not synthesize the food. For example, the root. Okay, within the root there is absence of chlorophyll pigment, and there is a lacking of chlorophyll pigment, that root tissue it's required the food for performing the various functions, and that food it is a supply from leaf through the process, it is called the translocation. And this translocation it is carried out by with the help of phloem. Then nutrients and water, within the plant body there is a another important vascular tissue is present, it is a xylem. Through that xylem the nutrients and waters it is a transport from root to shoot or all over the body parts. And for the transportation here, stem it is also playing important role, and the specifically the root firstly the absorb the water and mineral from the soil, and that from that root tissue to the various organs or body parts of the plant, that transport of that ascent of sap takes place. Then root system here performing the very important function, that is absorption. I'm already mentioned that absorption of various minerals, nutrients and water, and its transport from root to shoot. And the root tissue it is also store the various nutrients, and it is also store the water. Then within the plant life they're having a two important phases are there. One is the vegetative phase and another is the reproductive phase. After completion of vegetative phase, the plant transition from vegetative to the reproductive phase, that is a in sexual phase, and the plant undergoes the sexual reproduction. Then within the sexual reproduction the flowers plays very important role. Then after the fertilization, that plants it produce the seeds, and that seeds it's after the maturation of the seeds, then it's undergoes the dispersal. Then when the seeds are placed on the suitable medium or moist soil, it undergoes the germination, and then there is a seedling establishment. Then during this vegetative as well as during this reproductive phase, the plant continuously responds to the environmental factor, like as a or abiotic factor, like as a soil, water, light. Okay, for the plants within the plant vegetation, there is a competition takes place among the plant for getting the sunlight. Here I am focusing on the various physiological functions of the plant. Then next we can focus the definition of plant physiology. I am mention here the four different definition. The first definition according to the Thais and Ziegler, the definition of plant physiology by Thais and Ziegler is the study of plant function encompassing the dynamic process of growth, metabolism and reproduction in living plants. Second definition according to the Transberger, according to him, plant physiology is the science which is connected to the material and energy exchange, growth and development, as well as movement of plant. Plant physiology is a branch of study in botany dealing with the physiological processes or functions of plants. Plant physiology is defined as the science of how plants develop, grow, and respond to their environment at the cellular and biochemical level. The next point, why it is important to study plant physiology. The plant physiology helps in understanding better about the plant because in ecosystem plants are the primary source of food. When we talk about the ecosystem, within the ecosystem there is a three important biotic factors are there. One is the producer, then consumer, and decomposer. The in an ecosystem the primary source of the food, it is a plant, and plants it is a kept in a under category the producer because the green plants having the ability to produce the food. Then second, plants possesses the ability convert the solar energy into the organic molecules. I am already discussed this point. All the green plants, it's having the ability to capture the solar energy, means capture the sunlight with the help of chlorophyll pigment, then using the raw material like as a water and carbon dioxide, and that solar energy it is converted into the organic molecule like as a carbohydrates. Plants provide us the several economical and important products like as a cotton, medicines, wood, fiber, etc. See that plants are the physical machines, and plant physiology is a discipline that helps in understanding these machines in a better form. It is a branch of science that help in understanding how plants live functions. I mentioned here our basic needs like as a food, fodder, fuel, fiber, shelter, clothing, medicines, and even oxygen required for the human being, animals, and microorganism is the one of the outcome of the plant physiology. The main physiological process in a plant such as a photosynthesis are responsible for the supply of all the mentioned basic human needs. And plant physiology, the most challenging, dynamic and modern discipline of the botany, deal with the various metabolic processes and pathways in a plant and microbes. And virtually, the plant physiology is the heart of botanical science, which defined as the study of various functions performed by plants. Then these have aesthetic value and can be applied in agriculture, horticulture, and forestry. Plant physiology, it is a subdiscipline of botany. It is the subdiscipline of botany which focus on functioning and physiology of plants. The functioning of plants like as seed germination, growth and development, absorption of water and minerals, ascent of sap, translocation of solutes, transpiration, photosynthesis, respiration, photorespiration, vernalization, ripening of fruits, senescence and death of the plant. In short, the plant physiology deal with the study of organization and operation of all the physiological, biochemical and enzymological processes in a plant It's also concerned with the regulation of development and functioning of the plant. The plant physiology, seeking to understand the different manifestation and aspect of plant life. It is a study is divided into the three heads. The firstly, the plant physiology of metabolism and nutrition, that deals with transformation, uptake and release material along with their movement between cell and organs of plant. Secondly, it includes the physiology of growth, reproduction and development. And lastly, environmental physiology include the response of plant to the environment and changes. The sum of the closely related fields are plant ecology, plant morphology, phytochemistry, cell biology, molecular biology, biophysics and genetics. The plant physiology, it is a subdiscipline of botany. Phytochemistry, within the plant body there is a variety of phytochemicals are present, like as a tannin, phenols, gum, mucilaginous substances, alkaloids are there, flavonoids are there. Then cellular interaction, within the plant body there is a cell to cell communications are there for regulations of various biochemical pathways. There is a cell signaling, there is a receptor and signaling pathways are activated. Then molecular and cell biology, the plant physiology, it is also connect this molecular and cell biology branch of the botany. The molecular level, there is a synthesis of various proteins, then synthesis of various enzymes within the plant body at the various stages of the plant life. Then plant morphology, the other abiotic factors, they are influence to the plant morphology. For example, there is a water trace or salinity trace. Due to the water trace, the reduction in a leaf size, then it shows the stunted growth, means the plant physiology, it is also concerned with the plant morphology, means due to the plant morphology we can check that plant it is in a vigorous growth or not. Then environmental interaction, the plant physiology, it is also concerned with the environmental interaction, because plant it is a biotic factor, and this plant it is a respond to the environmental factors, the abiotic factors. For example, if there is a scarcity of water is there, then plant it shows the stunted growth. Then there is a deficiency of any nutrient within the soil, then it's also shows the various symptoms on the leaves and stem. Then plant it is also a response to the light. That means here the plant physiology it is also touches the various branches of the botany. Then in our next lecture we can focusing on the importance of plant physiology, the scope and application of plant physiology. Thank you.